Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to decrypt a 7-zip archive file by using Visual Studio C++. Let's start. So, first we will need to download the 7-zip libraries that are additional C++ libraries that we must include in our project. So let's open the browser, and I've got a GitHub link that I will provide you below my video. So you can just copy and paste it and follow the steps with me. So as you can see, there are more file types that you can encrypt and decrypt. So not just 7-zip, but also bzip2, gzip, tar, zip, or arj, for instance. And there are some description here that I will follow. Also, you can download by clicking on the download button. I've already downloaded on my main C drive. So after you've downloaded, you should see two folders. It's like bit7z 64 or bit7z 32-bit. I recommend you to use the 64-bit version, as it is more widespread amongst Windows 10 and 11 users now. So, if you open this folder, there is an include folder that we will need to include our in our C++ project, and also we've got a lib folder, and here we will need to open 64-bit folder and include the debug or the release version based on that we are using the debug or the release version in the project. So let's start from scratch. I will open a new C++ project by using Visual Studio, the previous one. Let's click on Create New Project. Let's create an empty project in C++. I will call it 7-zip free. Alright. I need to create the main file. It is the entry point of our software. So main.cpp. I need the entry point of the software. It is the main function. And then I must add the additional libraries that I've already downloaded. So first, let's click on Project, 7-zip free properties, or in your case, the name of your project and properties. First, let's add the debug version. Let's change the settings. So in my case, always use the latest one. In my case, C++ 23. And the MSVC, I will change to C17. And also in the release option. Then we need to include the include folder with the include files, and then the library folder with the library file. You can do that by clicking on C++ in your property page. So first, change the debug version. You need to find additional include directories, and let's add the include folder. Now we are using the 64-bit version, and I can recommend this one for you guys. It's 7664 include. And let's do the same with release option. With 7z64 include folder. And after that, we need to include the library folders. So we can do this by clicking on linker, and you need to find additional library directories. First the debug and then the release one. Hit 7c64 lib 64 debug. And let's do the same with release option. Additional library directories. Bit 7c64 lib 64 release. And then one last thing we need to do. We need to include the library files. You can do this by clicking on linker, input option, and you need to find additional dependencies. It must be empty, and you need to add the library file. In our case, it is called, it is the same both for the debug and the release version. So it is called bit7z.lib. You can just copy and paste it from your file browser. So it is called bit7z.lib. And just do the same with the release version. Okay, so we have completed the settings. Now we can write our source code. First, I need additional header file. So I want to create a public static class in C++. It is called namespace. So let's click on project, add module. Let's create an additional header file. I will call it helper. And we first need to include the 7-zip library. It is called bit7z bitarchivereader.hpp. Then I can create a namespace. You can call it anything. I will call it h. Namespace h. And I will add void decrypt 7zip function by using three parameters. std string pass, std string password, and std string out here. So you will need this method in order to decrypt a password-protected 7-zip archive, or it can be other file types as well, not just 7-zip, but in our case, it will be a 7-zip file. So then we can create the CPP file where we will implement the source code of decrypt 7-zip method. Let's call it helper.cpp. now we can implement our decrypt 7-zip method. Alright, so first we need to add a try catch. In the catch, we can give the actual error message. Post bit 7z bit 7z bit exception. std cout. But first we need to include the IO stream. I need to include IO stream, and then I can give an actual error message. std cout ix dot. So in case the user has an error or an issue, he will be provided with an error message in the console. Then we can write the actual decryption here. So we need to call first the bit 7c bit 7c library. Bit 7c, yes, bit 7c library lib with the actual DLL that we will be using. 7c dot DLL. Then I need to call, first I need to use the namespace. Right, then I can call the other directory, the archive reader. So bit 7c archive reader with 2 parameters. Lib 3 parameters, sorry, lib the path and the type of the 7-zip format. So bit 7z library bit format 7-zip. But first I need to provide the free parameters that I've already given in the CPP file as well. So we will need a path where the archive is located, a password, by a password that is the password of the archive file, and then out there, so a target folder where the file will be decrypted. So I we've got three parameters here. First, I call bit7z library with the 7z.dll that you can find in your 7zip software. You can copy and paste it, and you will need to copy and paste it to your debug folder or release folder. And also, I've called bit archive reader, where I put three parameters: lib, the actual path, and the type of the file format. You can choose anything else if you want, not just 7zip. You can choose from the list. Then let's call it archive. Then I need to test the actual archive file. Archive, I can do it by using archive.test method. No, first I need to set a password. Archive.set password. I can use the given password in the parameter list. Then I need to test by using archive.test method. And finally, I can decrypt and copy to the target path by using archive.extract to outdir, the given outdir in the parameter list. And finally, I can provide the user with a message box. It is a simple message box. You don't need any additional library for this. Just use message box. The file has been decrypted. And also we can provide the message box with a name. The name of the application. It will be 7zip3. Alright. Now I can use it in the main. Just I need to include the helper.h, and I can use without creating an object, as I mentioned before. I created public static class that is actually not a class, just a namespace in C++. So we can use it right away without creating any object. So h decrypt 7zip. But first, I need to ask the path, the password, and the target path from the user. Let's do this by adding stdcout and the path stdcin. But I need three variables: stdstring path, stdstring password, and std string outdir. So let's do this by asking for the path. Then we need to ask for the password. 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 And finally, I need to ask for the target path where the archive file will be decrypted. And then finally, I can just use the namespace without creating any objects at all. H decrypt 7zip pass password. And I'll do. Alright, so I have completed the source code. Now I need to encrypt 7zip file by using the official 7zip software. I've already downloaded the latest one. You can do it by downloading from the official website. I always recommend the 64-bit version. Now I need to encrypt texture file, image file. It is called texture.png. And one more thing you will need to know. Make sure you uncheck encrypt file names option in your 7zip software. So never check encrypt file names. Make sure you unchecked encrypt file names, as it won't work if you encrypt the file names as well. And use the default encryption algorithm. It is AES 256. And then I can call it texture.7c, and I will use a password 123456. I've got texture 7c on my W drive. It is an SSD. The C drive is an SSD as well. So now I can try my software. And one more thing we need to do. We need to copy and paste the 7z DLL from the official 7z software. So see, your project file, by default, it is located in users, username, source folder, repos folder. It is 7zip3 in my case. I created the 64-bit version, the debug version, and you need to copy and paste from your 7zip software the 7z.dll. Without it, it won't work. In my case, it is located in my program files. Normal program files, 7zip, 7z.dll. Just copy and paste it to your debug folder or release folder. And now I can use it. So as you can see, my encrypted archive file is located on my W drive. It is called texture 7z. Let's try it. W texture.7z password and the target path W. Oh dear. File has been decrypted. The user must see this message. The user must get this message. Finally, file has been decrypted. And now I can check it in my oh dear folder. Texture.png. Yes, it works. So it was for today. I hope you enjoyed my content. If you've got any questions, just write a comment below my video. And I will provide you with the GitHub link from where you can download the 7Z library folders. Thanks for watching.